日本時間4月28日、米国時間4月27日、ロサンゼルス、ドジャース対マイアミ、マーリンズ戦で大谷翔平が投手として圧巻のパフォーマンスを披露した。今季ここまで5試合で防御率 0.60、わずかに失点という驚異的な成績を残している大谷。この日も6回を投げて9奪三振、1失点と試合を支配した。レーブ、ロバーツ監督は、これが最高の投手、大谷翔平だ、と断言し、ヤング賞争いの中心にいる存在であることを強調した。一方で、この試合では指名打者として出場せず、投球に専念。13連戦の終盤、かつ中5日での登板という状況を踏まえ、球団は負担軽減を優先した。長期的なコンディション維持とポストシーズンを見据えた戦略的判断である。最速100マイルの直球に加え、鋭く落ちるスプリット、スイーパーを織り交ぜた投球は圧倒的。打者に的を絞らせない配球と制球力は、もはや投げるだけの選手ではなく、完成されたエースのそれだ。しかし、打線は大谷不在の影響もあり得点に苦しみ、チームとしての課題も露呈した。それでも、大谷は二刀流の新たな境地へと進んでいる。ドジャースはその価値を最大化するため、慎重かつ戦略的な運用を続けていく。この試合の詳細と解説は、この後の映像でぜひご覧いただきたい。
The quote from Dave Roberts this spring about Shohei Ohtani was, he expects to be in the Cy Young conversation this year. Not only is Shohei in that conversation, he might be the main topic of discussion because through his first 4 starts, he's allowed a total of 1 earned run. For more on the big show and his 0.38 ERA to start the season, let's go back inside the ravine, inside the stadium. Kirsten Watson joins us once again live with more on Shohei. Hi, Kirsten.
Hi, John. Well, look, when you look at Shohei Ohtani and what he's been able to do to start this season, he has been excellent. You just shared his number. And even when I was talking to Dave Roberts this afternoon, I asked him, is this the best version of Shohei Ohtani that you have seen on the mound? And he flat out said yes. I talked to him even about a week ago after his last outing in San Francisco. He said that it feels like he's not really in the conversation just yet, especially when you talk about guys like Turk Skubal or even Paul Skeens, but he absolutely should be, and if not beyond that. He has been so good on the mound. But today, the big topic is that he's not doing his usual two-way duties. He's only pitching, not in as the DH. Dave Roberts talked about the decision to have him do that and how this is something that we potentially could be seeing again as they look to maintain his health and keeping him ready for hopefully a very exciting October run.
It's been like the 13 in a row. I think it's been a grind for everyone. And also you kind of take into consideration, you know, everything that Shohei goes through on a daily basis. To know that he'll be back in the lineup tomorrow. I think this is an opportunity to kind of, you know, hedge a little bit, play both sides, to have a guy that's swinging a good bat in Dalton, you know, replace him for a night, to give Shohei the best opportunity to pitch well. And not take on both duties for tonight, to then just to hit tomorrow and then have an off day, and hopefully, you know, kind of this abbreviation will get him reset, you know, after the off day.
It's more about keeping him healthy and fresh rather than trying to like maybe maximize his performance as a pitcher or not have him, you know,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but with that, you know, where he can just spend one night just focusing on pitching and not preparing to hit, you would think that it would only help for that particular outing.
Will he be on a tighter leash at all tonight since it's only 5 days of rest?
No, I feel good. I feel good. I think that even his last outing, I could have pushed him a little bit more, his last one. But, you know, knowing where he was going to slot in, I felt that I'll look at him normally, yeah.
Tell me more about that. So for Shohei Ohtani, he's going to be on only 5 days rest going into the start, but Dave Roberts said that there's no limitations. They're expecting him just to continue what he's been doing, which has been excellent so far this year, guys.
All right, hopefully another gem from the big show tonight. Kirsten, thank you very much. And this will be Shohei's 5th start on the mound this year, Nomer. We just heard Kirsten say starting on 5 days rest. It's the first time this year he started on less than 6 days rest. So tonight, a chance to only focus on pitching. Obviously, it's a huge void not having his bat in the lineup, but Given the shorter rest, you have a day game tomorrow after a night game. Seems like a prudent decision to make.
Well, yes. I mean, going on 5 days rest is definitely a factor on why he's not doing both today. I mean, is it the only factor? No, it's not the only factor. As you mentioned, there is a day game after a night game. I'm sure that was also discussed, seeing, okay, how do we give him rest? I'm sure one of the discussions was if he does both today, maybe he gets tomorrow off, and then you have another off day, maybe 2 days off complete to try to recover. So a lot of things were being discussed, and obviously ultimately they came to this decision. And the last time he did this, which was one of his starts earlier against the Mets, where he only focused on pitching and didn't DH, all he did was go out there for 6 innings, allow 1 earned run, and strike out 10. That's all he did, right, when he just focused on. So he was doing that. The other thing, though, too, at the same time is I think like to see some of this over the course of the season. Not every single time, because we know in the postseason he's going to be dealing both, but at the same time doing where he can just focus on pitching. And with this lineup and with this team, you should be able to have guys, listen, you're not going to be able to replace them, but definitely fill in and do an unbelievable job in the DH if they need it.
I love that they're doing it, especially tomorrow's day game. It's a noon start time. So it's a quick turnaround for Shohei Ohtani. I love the fact that they're doing this. They've already done this twice now this season. Hopefully they do it 3 or 4 more times, because remember, we want Shohei Ohtani not just for this year, but for many more years to be doing the very same thing. So these starts where he's not hitting will add up and will benefit him in the long run.
And you know what? Even after he goes out there, who's to say he can't even get tomorrow off or just come out the bench? You know, you do a good job. Right. You win, you swing the bat. You do everything you're supposed to do today. You can also help your teammate like Shohei, and we'll just see. I mean, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but
you got more options.
Yeah, winning today definitely will help.
Well, in Shohei's first 2 years here wearing a Dodger uniform, seemed like all we really talked about was Shohei the hitter, because year one he has this historic 50-50 season. Didn't return to pitching until last summer, Jared. He was really limited until late in the season, but now his pitching is truly taking center stage. He's allowed 1 earned run in 24 innings over his first 4 starts. The only other Dodger pitcher to allow 1 run through 5 starts was Fernando in his Cy Young Rookie of the Year season in 1981.
This dude's just unbelievable. I mean, when he first came over here as a free agent, obviously he signed with the Angels, a lot of scouts were saying his #1 gift is on the mound. A lot of people question, could he hit, or his hit tool translate to Major League Baseball? Obviously, he made the adjustments, and it's certainly translated. He's one of the best hitters in the planet. But his #1 thing is pitching, and you can see his personality, too, on that mound. I love the way he shapes different pitches, how he attacks hitters. He's got 5 or 6 different pitches, and when that split finger is working, it kind of darts in different directions. He is so fun to watch. Don't get me wrong, he's fun to watch at the plate. We all know that, and on the base pass. But something on the mound with his delivery, he's definitely must-see TV.
Yeah, and he takes pride in both. I mean, he generally takes pride in being one of the unicorn, to be able to do both at such a high level. And it's not just being able to do both at the major league level, it's doing it at a high major league level, all-star, one-of-a-kind level, Cy Young caliber as far as pitcher. We know MVP as a hitter, and focusing on doing a 50-50 when it's like, okay, my only year I get to just focus on that, and to be able to do that. So listen, he's being named with a lot of greats here, you know, and then with Fernando being one of them, and so many other Dodger greats. So, and we're going to keep saying that all season long.
He doesn't just want to do both. He wants to be the best at both, and that's still something that he will continue to chase each and every night. And every single game here at the stadium is certainly special. Not on the actual baseball games are a big deal, but so are the themes that go on beforehand. Last night was Japanese Heritage Night, and tonight it is Women's Night. Dodgers and Marlins coming up at the top of the hour. On the mound this season, he's coming off 6 scoreless innings against the Giants. Only 1 run allowed in 24 innings this season. Jerry, what's been working so well for him that you want to see more of tonight?
Everything. I mean, seriously, I'm not trying to be funny. That's how dominant he has been. That fastball command in his last start in San Francisco was absolutely electric. If he has that fastball again tonight, he's going to have a lot of success to go along with the different shapes he puts on those breaking balls, whether it's a sweeper, the big curveball, the big slow curveball, and that devastating split.
we know he has a fastball that can reach 100 miles an hour. But he's not a thrower. He's a pitcher. He knows 100 miles in the tank, but he'll pitch around 96, knowing that, okay, when I need it. But he mixes up his off-speed tremendously. He keeps hitters off balance. You cannot sit on a pattern or any one pitch when you're facing Shohei Ohtani.
Well, and he admits he would love to win his first career Cy Youngs to go along with those 4 MVPs. He can take another step toward that tonight. Dodgers and Marlins. Let's send it upstairs to Steven Nelson and Jessica Mendoza. Steven, take it away.
Thank you, John. Pleasant good evening, everybody. The Dodgers have won 3 in a row and 11 of 13 against Miami. And that last victory was a heck of a lot of fun. Lay out. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The 0-1. Tucker with a base hit into center field. Rushing scores. Here comes Ohtani. And Kyle Tucker has his moment. A walk-off winner. That's the way to kick off a series with Jessica Mendoza. I'm Steven Nelson up in the booth. Kirsten Watson down on the field. Wherever you may be and however you may be watching, it's a privilege to join you from Blue Heaven on Earth. And Jess, a second walk-off victory for the Dodgers, their 11th comeback win of the season.
And second all of baseball. And it's kind of how the Dodgers roll. It's just the confidence that they have. You felt it all game long. They score early in that game. They get behind. But you knew, especially in the ninth, the bottom of the order, getting a couple walks. Ohtani with the big double. And, of course, Kyle Tucker having that moment.
And now tonight, a chance to clinch this 3-game series, and it's an Ohtani bump day.
Yeah, Shohei Ohtani, I mean, just looking at the numbers, first 4 starts of the season, it's been absolutely remarkable. He set the goal. He made it very clear. He wants to win a Cy Young in 2026. Tell you what, case in point, he's been watching his first 4 starts, and the movement, the stuff, the command, everything that he's done doing the fastball, the sweeper especially, those 2 pitches off of each other, but he is absolutely locked in, hoping to continue that against the Marlins.
He's been dominant going back to last year when he returned to the mound off that injury. And for the second time in 3 starts, Ohtani will not be in the starting lineup as the DH. So the lineup looks a lot different, Kirsten Watson.
Yeah, it does, Steven. So today we're going to be seeing Dalton Rushing, who I think we should be calling Crushing Rushing, is going to be batting leadoff. Dave Roberts says it's for a couple of reasons. First, with Dalton, he's been excellent to start this year. He's batting .385. He's got 7 home runs already on this season. And Dave said that they feel like he's in a really good spot and confident enough to really step in and be effective batting leadoff this evening. The other reason deals with Shohei Ohtani. For Shohei, this team, they're on the back end of 13 games straight with Shohei. They want him to be mindful of just managing his 2-way responsibilities. So today, Dave said he just wants him to focus on the pitching side of the game. He should be back in tomorrow with a 12 o'clock start as the DH. And Dave did say because they're looking at the long game for him, they want him to be healthy throughout all of this season and making every start. This is something we could be seeing at different times if the situation makes sense, guys.
Yeah, you're right, Curious. This is game number 12 of that stretch of 13 in a row. And it's women's night here at Dodger Stadium. So come on in and cue Shaka Khan. We got first pitch coming up next on Sportsnet LA. 1-2, called ball 2, and Will Smith will issue the first ABS challenge. Powered by T-Mobile. First batter of the game. A successful challenge for Smith and a strikeout for Ohtani. That is Will Smith's 20th successful challenge in 29 attempts. So 1 down, 6 to go to get 7 strikeouts and get you a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow in Los Angeles. Called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the game for Ohtani.
And both coming on the splitter, both times looking on the pitch. We've talked about how he's struggled with this one. This isn't where he wants to place it, but the splitter, both of them up in the zone. It kind of freezes both batters. Saw Marcy take it, now Stowers as well. Back-to-back Ks for Ohtani.
Got him. He has been using that fastball a lot more the last few starts, Jess, and with the results he's been getting, it's easy to understand why.
Yeah, usage has gone way up, batting average way down. This pitch 36% of the time last year, 53% now, and it's the command to the glove side. That's where he's done such a great job, specifically with the 4-seam fastball. It's almost like he's upset. I mean, that's how the look
looks, and I'm sure he is upset with himself after the second inning, but you know, it's his expectation he has for himself.
Strike three. Marcy down for a second time. That's 4 Ks already for Shohei.
And again on the splitter. I mean, he is dialed in, and you see him shaking off Will Smith a couple times. He has a clear plan of what he wants to do, and right now going back to that splitter. Now Marcy back-to-back Ks on the same pitch.
A strike away from finishing the third. That's 3. Just blew it by him at 99. 90th pitch of the game for Ohtani. Strike 3 swinging. Puts Norby down with the splitter. That's strikeout number 7.
Number 17, Owen Casey. See a lot of the splitter. The fastball early, the splitter now. It's a third K on that pitch.
That's 3. 3 pitches, another strikeout for Ohtani. 2 gone in the 6th.
It's like he smells the end. He knows, hey, I can dial it up, and I can also just give you the sweeper. I mean, perfect location. We talked about the one that was challenged before, just getting a seam off the end of the plate. That's what he does there with the sweeper.
Here comes the 2-2. He got him. Fastball at the knees. His 9th strikeout to cap a 6th inning.
今回も最後までご視聴いただき本当にありがとうございました。動画の内容を楽しんでいただけたでしょうか。もしよろしければチャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。皆さんの応援が今後の動画制作の大きな励みになります。それではまた次回の動画でお会いしましょう。